Okay, so good. So good evening. The last class we talked about how to use a select statement to retrieve a record from our database table in a different ways. So using limit, using different type of the clause and operator. So but today now again, we are still going to continue to retrieve the record from database and see another way we can be able to work to display the record. But this time around now, we are going to learn about the use of the function. When we are using a select statement to retrieve record from database, there are some built-in functions in SQL Server we can use to make our data retrieving from data table to become much more presentable. And at the same time, how we can be able to make use of the word a sort word command to rearrange the record we are retrieving from database, and the same time how to use a group word, a data word command. So sorry. Okay, that's good. Ah, I thought you were seeing the screen before. So okay. So like I was saying now, you see this is the uploading of the video of the last class now. It has been delayed for long this morning, but the first one has been completed. This is the second one I'm uploading now. So before end of today class, all the video for the last hour will be uploaded. So we only remain the one for today. Okay, that is it. Let me check from here again to see those videos. Okay, okay, this is the last video is available now, 2 minutes ago. Okay, so for today class now, we are looking at how to use the function in SQL statement. This function are referred to as well as a inbuilt function. We can use it to customize our result word set and how we can use a sort and group data word statement. So first thing, let me open my database again. So I'm returning to my SQL environment console and I'm still logging as a admin. So no password for the administrator here now. And now I want to see all the database, or we already know database we have. Let me just open a use shoprite db semicolon. Good. So I want to see all the tables. Very important. Show tables. Okay, that's good again. So like I said earlier before, we are going to only try to have one or two record to all our tables we have in our database. So let me see the record we have in one of the table here, like item details. Okay, like select all record from items. Okay, item detail table. No item details. Item detail table. Okay, these are the record we have in these tables here now. So we are going to add more record to this because we are going to be needing more record in most of this particular table. Please just a minute. Okay, so let me also see the record from other tables too, apart from this. Okay, I want to see the record from this another table, employee table. Employee table. Okay, good. And there's a table that have relationship with this one, supplier and the employee table, three record. Okay, let me see record from the one. Okay, semicolon from supplier table. Supplier table. Okay, here now. So these are the record we have from our supplier here now. So apart from the supplier tables, we still want to see the record from the category one. table here now. So category. Okay, so these are the record we have from our categories table. So, but at the same time, I want to compare the record from category tables and the item details. From here now, you can see that these are the category tables here. We have 3 product category and we have so many item here now. They are in different categories here now. Okay, they are in different categories. So that's very important again for us to understand. So after this one now, the next thing we are now going to do now is we are going to add the record to this particular table. I want to add record to the product table, item detail table, because now we have just only 7 records, which we have in the item detail table here now. So to add the record, you see we are using what we call insert. So to be insert into item details. After that again, you are now going to say values. Now values, open the bracket. You have to start specifying those items you want to add to this table one after the other now. So the first thing is the item number. We have number 7 to be next one is 8. Okay, and after that again, we are going to add I'm going to specify the item name now. So the item name is going to be, what name should I use now? Okay, we have electronic, which I can say mobile phone. I have iPhone now, so I can say Android. Should I use Android? Okay, okay, in quotation. Infinix, Hot 9. Okay, Infinix Hot 9. That is for the item name, and description now will be followed. That for communication, item name for communication. So that will be the next one. For communication, now. Okay, that briefly one. And after that again, the next column is going to be what is that? Price. Okay, I see price should be around something like, let's say 9,800, and then 9,800, 98,000, 9,800. Okay, maybe I can say 13,000 now, or 18,000. Okay, 18,000. No, 18,000. Okay, after that we have a quantity. Quantity is what? Is 11. After quantity we have the order level. Okay, the order level is going to be 4. After the other quantity, we need 10 more quantity now. And after for real quantity, we need to look for the supplier. What name of supplier that supply us? We have different type of supplier now. They are 1 to 5. Let's say supplier 1. We have not used supplier 4. Very good. I won't use that one for now. So I won't use supplier 4. Let me use supplier 3 again. Who is that 3? Tijani. Okay, supplier 3. See supply order. And after supplier ID, we have category. That's 12, electronic. So 12 electronic. So I can press enter key now. Before that, let me confirm once again. Okay, good. So that means I have 8 record now. So for me to confirm, I can just put select again, item detail. You can see now. That is it. So I can add another product again, but let me add product 13 again. Product 13 again now. And that product 13, that's which category is a flower. Okay, 13 is food. Okay, good. So I'm going to add another record now. By say insert, that will be record 9. That will be record 9 again. What food can I call it now? Okay. I call which food can I use now? Okay, I say well, mama rice. Mama rice, that's food. Uh, I say well, for food, eating good rice for party. Okay, so that's the description. And the bag now, let's say it's what is 21,000. Okay, like how many quantity of that? Let's say quantity is what is 19. The quantity is what is 51 now. And oh, okay, the other level should be when they get to what, to 10, we should order for more. How many are we going to order for 30 now? Supplier, abi no, supplier ID, that should be another company can supply us again. Let's say it is supplier 5 that is supplying that one again, and the category is what is 13 now, because that is 3. Okay, so that is food. 13 is food. So I can press enter key to add that record again. Good. So let me add one more food again. That's the number 10 now. So this show how we can keep adding more record. But remember that this one is on the database backend. The purpose of this one is to see how well our ATM, if how information like this can be put in HTML form and finally sent to what, to the backend. Let me cut on groundnut oil. Ground, I call it what, bow oil. Bow oil now. Bow oil is for exactly, I say what, for frying fish and meat. For frying fish, meat, etc. now. So that's the bow oil. And bow oil now, the price is going to, oh, okay, the price is going to be around 13,500, and we have 20 bag. Okay, and we have the other level is going to be at 4, and quantity we want to order and go to be 9, and supplier is going to be supplier 2 now. Supplier, that is supplier 5 again. Supplier 5 supplying us, and this time around this one belong to 13 again because it's food. I press enter key. So now I have 10 record. So you can see now I have 10 record in my product work details. That is it. So you'll be learning more on how you can be able to retrieve the record for different purpose. Now let me now move to our today's topic now. That is one, how you can be able to use for different type of the function now. When we talk about the function, SQL Server have what, different type of built-in function, and this function can be used to customize the result set. So most of the function now, they can use to be able to what, to retrieve our record. Maybe for example now, I want to find the total quantity here. I want to find the minimum quantity from this quantity. I want to find the total price of all the quantity. There are some function you can use to be able to do what, to work on group of record there. Most of the function, they work on the group of the record and they return a single word result. So there are some function now, they are built into the different, there are these function in the different categories. Some function are working for what, for SQL Server work, server, while some are working with the table record we have in a what, in a database. So that's why the function are divided into the different category. There are some function that is referred to as a strange function that work on the strange word data, while some function work on the database word function, while some function are used for arithmetical word function. Some function are used to gather the information about our SQL server, while some function are used for conversion of the data, while other function are referred to as aggregate word function. So we are going to look at some of these function one after the other. So start from the arithmetic word, strange function now. The string function provides the function that can manipulate the strange word literals. as well as a column having the string word data type. The column that have a string data type, those are the column this particular string function can work on. And if you look at our database work structure here, there are some column they have a string data like item name, description. These are the column that have a string data as far as the item table is concerned. If I look at the another table like this one, supplier table here now, you can also see the column that have a string data. Almost all the column in the supplier table have a string word data here. And that is why the string function work with only the column with the string data. You can't use the string function to work on the column with the numbers. As long as your column have a var characters or character data type, those are the column you can use your string function with. But the first string function here, we are going to look at what we call ASCII function. This ASCII is the one that return the ASCII number, ASCII letter for any word number you specify, or to return the ASCII number for the letter you specify. ASCII number are the special word character in the computer system. The character computer use to represent a different type of the word of the letter we see on our keyboard. They have a names computer refer to them as ASCII word number. So all these characters, they are the one they build the basis for most of the information we type on our computer system. Computer have about 256 ASCII word characters. Some of them are already available on our keyboard, but there are many of them that are still hidden away from the keyboard. So for you to get any of those particular word, ASCII word numbers, you can use this particular function called word ASCII, ASCII. ASCII will return some of the word, the ASCII word number for any character on the keyboard. Like for example now, this ABC here now, they are just a string. But once you use a select statement, select function here with the word select statement with the ASCII function, ASCII function go to return the ASCII number for the first letter of this particular string, not for all the letter of the string. Just like the example you see here now, when they use word, they select ASCII for ABC, system returning word 65. 65 is the ASCII word number for letter A. Do you get it now? Because every letter have the ASCII number. In short, most of the word alphabet on the computer system today now, they have ASCII character. Just as letter A is what? Is 65. Letter B is equal to what? 66. Everything continue until you get to letter what? Letter Z, which is capital, that represent what? 91. Can you see now? All these are the ASCII number. But we can use SQL function to return this particular ASCII number for any word, any letter. How do we do that now? From this environment now, so I can just come down here and say what? Select, as I call this ASCII word, ASCII function here. Do you get now? You can say select ASCII letter, ASCII number for this name now. I say Bola. Once I say Bola here, system can return the ASCII number that represent that Bola. Remember I say letter A is 61, 65, Bola will be 66. Can you see now? That means the ASCII number for Bola is 66. System returning the ASCII number for the first word letter. Do you get it now? Now, if I come down here and I say well, Zaki now, this is another name now, and I want to return the ASCII number for Zaki. Let's see what computer will return here. Can you see 90 XYZ? That means the 90 is for letter Z. So if I return ASCII number again for maybe what? Abiodun now. Abiodun, system go to return ASCII number for letter A because that is the first word letter. You can see now ASCII number for A is 65. Even though on your computer system, you can see the list of ASCII number online. If you come there and say what? ASCII what? ASCII number what? Tables. You can see ASCII number what? Letters. If I say ASCII number to letter, system give me now the list of all the ASCII word characters. You get it now? So you can see what this here, 65 is A, 66 is B, 90 is Z, and 97 is a small letter. That's another thing, because the ASCII letter for capital letter A different from ASCII number for capital letter B. If I come down here and I say select again, and I change this one to what? Abiodun, this is going to be what? 97. You can see it now. So sometimes they can say they may want you to return the ASCII number for any name in your database like this now. Maybe I want to return the ASCII number for the first letter for the first letter of all the supplier name. I can now use select statement like this. I'll now say ASCII, and when I say ASCII now, open the bracket. I'll say first word, first name. Remember, the first name itself is what? Is a string. Do you get it now? I can say from item detail. That is it. It means that what? The ASCII letter for all the first name will be returned. ASCII select is a first name, FRST name. You see, first name is not in the field list. Is it true? Item detail. Oh, sorry. System is right. There's no first name in the item detail. I want to use supplier. Okay. Sorry, it's a supplier. Yeah. You can see these are the ASCII letter for all. You see that Tijani here is 84. You can see that's why we see have Tosin as 84 too. You can see Atiku is 65. That's why we see have Abayomi as 65 too, because that's the ASCII word number. It's one of the functions involved in SQL word, my SQL database. Another important function is the left. The left is used to return the leftmost character from your string. If, for example, now I want to return the character from the left side, I will say left, I will specify the string and how many letters am I returning from that particular left side. You can use left. From David now, system you return DAVE. So if you return back to here again, I want to return the what? The first three name from the first name. I can use the left function again. By return back here and say what? Left, and after that I say first name. I can now say comma 3. This one means system should return what? The first three letters from the first name. So once I press the enter key, these are the first three letters from the word, from the first name. But most of the important, how do we use this one when you are preparing your word, when you are working in database? Because top management might not be able to tell you that use left, use right. Do you get it now? Let's assume that I want to return the first name and I want to return the word, the first letter of the last name. The company say they want the name to appear like this again. That when we say what? Demola, Demola, uh, Demola Ahmed. They now say they want A like this. They don't want Demola Ahmed in full. This is how they want the name to be. So that means we can use the word, the let function to join these two names together. So how do we do that again? We can tell them to return the first letter of this. And that will now be something worth like this again. By using what? By say okay, select first name. Select first name here, comma. Do you get now? I will now see that what? Left from the word, last name. And now say comma 1. Can you see again? That means system should return only the word, the first letter from the last name after you return the first name. So after that again, I can say comma again and say email, comma again and what? And phone number. You can see. So when I press enter key here now, you can see first name, only the first letter of the last name. Do you get it now? And that is it. So, and that is one of the importance of using the word a left statement word again. Apart from using the left statement, we also have a right too. A right statement can return the rightmost word character again. So if I turn this one to one to the right again, I can say return this one from the right. Okay, no, last name. Can I say return the right word, character? That's the right. So I want the first three, I want the last three letter from the right, but this is going to be from the last name. The last three letter of Peter here is star. Oh, Abu is Abu, Balogun is gone, Umar is Mas, Promise is Ishe. So once I press enter key here, you can see the last three letter of the last name here now. That is it. So the request for any type of record can come in any form, and that's why most of these functions here, they are now all available here now. And apart from that, there's another one we call reverse. Reverse is a statement that can reverse the any string you specify. Maybe for example now, I want system to display Ayo like this now. And when I say Ayo now, instead of Ayo to start to reverse Ayo, it will be Oya, Oya. You can see now, that's what the reverse does. So this reverse can be used with any column from the database. I can only say select, I'll say reverse, okay, I'll now say reverse and specify the name Ayo now in quotation like this. So, and semicolon. This is not from my database. Once I press enter key now, you can see Ayo is now reversed to what? To Oyas. That is just it. So if I want to reverse any name from database again, it's possible. Maybe I want to reverse the phone number. That will be another kind of algorithm. Some people do it for different type of algorithm, different type of the logic. Maybe if you and your friend are communicating sometimes, you don't want people to know your phone number. You get now. Some management do that. This is just one of the some of the secrets that we backend developer know, but we don't communicate with so many people in an organization. But only for some, I mean, from the specific, I mean, from the some specific set of people. We don't want people to understand the phone number. Do you get it now? You can just display phone number in a reverse order, because phone number is very important to a personal, some people personal record. I'm telling you some secret of hacking in some database backend. But the people learn most of this in the world in the development environment, not even though in the learning sometimes. You get it now. So if I don't want you to actually know the phone number of most of the people, we can put in a way that you assume that it's the wrong phone number, but it's not. We already use a reverse order for it. But whoever we are communicating it, we realize that okay, he has to use a reverse back again to be able to understand the exact phone number. So I can return back and say, okay, I want to display all this particular name now. So when I now get to the phone number here, I will now use something like that and say, well, reverse, you get now, in quotation like this, phone number. Can you see? It means by the time system go to return the phone number, it will return the phone number as well as a reverse one. Do you get it now? So once I press enter key here, function, oh, reverse, select. What's wrong with this one now? Oh, the spelling. Okay, function re. Okay, reserve. I type reserve, not reverse. I type reserve. Okay, reverse. That's English reserve. Okay, reverse now. Reverse. Different from reserve. Reverse. So pressing enter key here now. Can you see the phone number? You see phone number has been reversed here now. But for us to see, let me display the actual phone number again. I will now come down here and say, well, phone again. Okay. Can you see? You see the correct phone number here is 080. But in this place we reverse it was 098. You get it now? So if you want to know the correct phone number, you are going to read it from the back to know the correct phone number. So these are some of the algorithm or the logic many companies does to the to the data they have in the database in order to protect it from ordinary people to understand what the data is, because this database we are talking about is a backend, is a habit of any application today. One, it is not properly defined or designed and secure, forget about it. Application is what? Is rendered useless. That is just it. Because whatever your application is processing is the data they are processing, and data have to be stored to somewhere again. So apart from that particular reverse again, we have to look at lower function. We use this one to convert the letter to capital or small letter. Look at the database now. Most of the name here is not in a proper case. If you are displaying the name from all this from this supplier, maybe I want the name of first name to appear in capital letter and only the last in capital letter, or even in capital letter or address, I can use what? The lower. Or even though if I want it in small letter, if I want it in capital letter, I can use upper. In small letter, I can use what? Lower. Let's try with the what? The upper now, instead of the lower function what that is there. So I want to display the name of the what? Supplier now in the upper case. So I can come down and say what? Upper, and now I want to display what? The first name. I can say first name. It means the first name here that appear in the one in the small letter here should be in capital letter. So if I want the email again, I can say email again. And I want email in capital letter, I can say what? Upper 2. Upper email. That means both the user, the first name and the email, system have to convert them to the capital letter. And then I say supplier or ID again. That's it now. So once I press enter key, you can see now the supplier war name, everything appear in capital letter. But to make Apple look more attractive, say you should change the header title. You can say as well as supplier war name now. You can see I want the title to change to supplier war name instead of the first name. And also for email, I can say as well email war email okay address. See now, and I press what? Enter key. You can see the output is more appropriate than C. Even though supplier ID, I can also change that one too to supplier what? Number. Do you get it now? And just say as well as a supplier what? Number now instead of ID. That is it. So when you are retrieving record from your database, you have to retrieve in a way that is going to be more presentable to the user. And as a backend developer, you must know how to retrieve most of this record before you send it to your front-end site, front-end page to display it properly. You can see supplier number now. It's more better presentable than say supplier ID. You can see supplier name is more presentable than than the ordinary first name here or first name, while email address is more presentable than the email we use. You get it now? Even though again we are still going to see how to join the first name and the last name together in a single column now in the next slide here now. So this has shown some of the function. Then another one we want to look at now is a concat. Concat is just another string function that can use to join the two columns together as a one. Do you get now? That's what I'm talking about now. We want to join two columns together as a one. So I can join the first name and the last name column together so that both of them will be under this particular supplier name. Then I can come down here and use this particular function. So once I say upper, or before this one again, let me use the concat function separately first. So I can say select and I say concat. Concat means concatenate. Open the bracket. The first name, I want to join it, I'll say comma. And I say join first name with what? With a space. Then, and I say what? Join with what? Last name now. Last name. This one you see here, both is still a string. Now say from what? Supplier table. Now, you know the first name is a string, even though this space I give here is a string, while last name is a string. This way just to show that what there will be a space between the first name and the last name. Because if I don't put this particular space there, see what will happen. Something like this will happen now. There won't be space between the two names. So that means I'm joining the first and the last name together. Now, I'm now using semicolon. Okay, semicolon now. Okay, so supplier first. Okay, sorry, I didn't close the bracket here for this function. Now look at it. Concat function, first name, last name, FRST. For sorry, column is difference. FRST, first name, yes. Okay, now so incorrect parameter. Okay, this is the correct one now. FIRST, first name. Oh, sorry, there's another error. Semicolon here now. Okay, now I don't need the quotation here. Okay, that means join the first name and the last name together from the supplier table. Can you see them now? They are not readable like this. But for me to make them more readable, I can now apply something like what? A space here. Okay, and comma again. Then I click on save and I press enter key again. You can see now there's a both of them are joined together. So if I'm using this one from the output we already have before here, so it will look like this again. That is coming inside the wall upper here now. I will now say upper. Okay, before upper I will now say